was awesome. She was the first one I told back in Florida that, hey, I'm gay.
I'm gay. Surprise.
Daniel? Daniel?
What? I know you probably already know, but
When I was in the 3rd grade, I thought that I was gay, cause I could draw. My uncle was, and I kept my room straight. I told my mom, tears rushing down my face. She's like, Ben, you've loved girls since before pre-K. Trippin'. Yeah, I guess she had a point, didn't she? Bunch of stereotypes all in my head. I remember doing the math, like, yeah, I'm good at Little League. A preconceived idea of what it all meant. But those that like the same sex have the characteristics. The right-wing conservatives think it's a decision, and you can be cured with some treatment in religion. Man-made rewiring of a predisposition, playing God. Oh nah, here we go. America the brave still fears what we don't know. And God loves all his children. It's somehow forgotten, but we paraphrase a book written 3,500 years ago.
We sat down with Mr. Gartsky, Don Karcher, Mr. Courtney, and an anonymous subject to talk about human rights and their views on gay marriage. I am Noah Forehand, and I'm here with Mr. Gartsky. I'm going to ask some questions about human rights. So first off, what are human rights?
Human rights are, I think, what people might describe as inalienable rights, things that are just by way of humanity, being able to have rights to.
That's a tough question. So, can you name any human rights off the top of your head?
Well, human rights to not be enslaved, tortured, right to a trial, things like that.
Mm-hmm. So next, do you think it's wrong to violate these rights?
Yes, absolutely, I do.
All right. Should schools inform children of human rights and how they are sometimes violated?
Sure. If you don't follow what you've learned by history, you're bound to repeat those things.
Mm-hmm.
So of course it's very important to educate students and everybody on what human rights are and how important they are to all of us.
So moving from this general topic, what are your thoughts on gay marriage?
Wow. My thoughts on gay marriage are I believe in gay marriage, and that it should be an inalienable right for two people to be married.
So, gay people should be treated equally to straight people?
Yes, I think so.
Mm-hmm. Do you think gay marriage is a human right?
I guess yes, it would be a human right. As marriage is marriage, two people who love each other want to get married, you're in love with each other, and you have the same sex, I don't see why you shouldn't be able to be married.
Mm-hmm. Next question. Have you ever witnessed prejudice against gays in the school setting, if not in any other place?
I guess it depends on how you define prejudice. Have I heard people say mean things?
Mm-hmm.
Use the word gay in a negative way to mean something negative? Yes, I have seen that in the school setting. It's certainly not acceptable, and it's something that gets negatively consequenced. But yes, I have.
Well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And I'm here to interview Mr. Courtney. So first question, what are human rights?
Well, I guess those basic things that we want everybody to have. I mean, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness.
Well, can you name any specific human rights?
Well, I guess it's subcategories of those things. You know, we want to make sure everybody's taken care of. Is everybody being fed? Is everybody safe?
All right. Is it wrong to violate human rights under any circumstance?
Well, intentionally with malice, yeah. I mean, does it happen? Do we have to make sacrifices sometimes? I think that also happens, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be an excuse.
Okay. Should schools inform children of human rights and how they are sometimes violated?
I think most schools try to do it implicitly, with rules and fairness and how to treat each other. I don't know if it gets discussed on a philosophical level in elementary school, but I think it's inherent in the community of a school.
So, next, what are your thoughts on gay marriage?
I'm not a big believer in marriage of any kind, quite frankly, but I think if the right's going to be afforded to any couple, it should be afforded to all couples.
Do you think gay marriage is a human right?
I think marriage is a human right? I don't know if it would be a right. It's a privilege, I guess, that some people choose to participate in.
Do you think gays should be accepted as an equal in society?
Well, there's no subcategories that should be eliminated. There's no type of person who should be less equal than others.
So last question, have you ever witnessed prejudice against gays in the school setting, and if not, in any other place?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I encounter that every day of my life, in all places, not just in school, but in all places. I've witnessed that practically every day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Noah Forehand, and I'm here with Don Karcher for a couple of questions on human rights and gay rights specifically. So first question, what are human rights?
Well, I would say that human rights is probably a long list. It would be the pursuit of happiness. Many of them are in our preamble. The right to a good living, to not be discriminated by other people. I don't think I'm saying that very well, but they're just basic rights that I think most people recognize.
Is it wrong to violate human rights in any circumstance?
I would have to say yes. It would be hard for me to think of a situation where it would be acceptable to violate someone's human rights.
So, going to a more narrow topic, what are your thoughts on gay marriage?
My thoughts on gay marriage and most anything that has to do with individuals is that if they're not hurting society in general or hurting anyone else, people should be allowed to kind of follow their own mind and their own heart and spirit about what they believe is right or wrong.
Last question. Have you ever witnessed prejudice against gays in the school setting, if not any other place?
Well, I don't know how seriously you could define prejudice, but I think when slurs are used, like sometimes you'll hear things like "that's gay" or that, and that I think is a form of prejudice in and of itself. It's a disapproving of a show of the disapproving of the way someone else has lived. So yeah, I think everyone has witnessed situations where people are wrongly treated for the way that they think that they should be able to live.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Here, and we're interviewing an anonymous subject on gay marriage. So, first question, what are human rights?
What are human rights? Human rights are those rights that are recognized in a democracy where all people should be given freedom to make choices that do not hurt other people directly, where all people are treated equally and with respect.
Okay, so do you think it's wrong to violate human rights, even in any circumstance?
I suspect that there are shades of gray in many circumstances. But generally speaking, I do think it's wrong to violate human rights.
Alright, well that's it, and thank you.
You're very welcome.
3,500 years ago. I don't know.
And I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to.
A great big large fence, 150 or 100 mile long, put all the lesbians in there, fly over and drop some food. Do the same thing with the queers and the homosexuals, and have that fence electrified till they can't get out. Feed them, and you know what? In a few years they'll die out.
I would think hip-hop hates me. Have you read the YouTube comments lately? Man, that's gay gets dropped on the daily. We become so numb to what we're saying. A culture founded from oppression. Yeah, we don't have acceptance for 'em. Call each other faggots behind the keys of a message board. A word rooted in hate, yet our genre still ignores it. Gay is synonymous with the lesser.